Welcome back to another RDI episode. What's up, guys? What's going on? We're getting ready to head out. We're about to do an installation. The purpose of this video is to just give you an idea of a normal day for us. We really appreciate your support. Give us a like, subscribe, and make sure you watch the whole video.
And don't skip the ads.
Oh yeah, that's really important. That way you're gonna help our cause. All right, so let's start with the process. I added some wedding boxes to our sticker, especially with big designs like the one we have today. It's really important that you do that. And there's going to be a link up here on the, I think it's the left side of the video that you can follow, and it'll teach you how to add the wedding boxes if you own a graphic. Before we start cutting the vinyl, make sure that you do this step. We're going to align the vinyl. Our sticker is going to be about 52 inches long. Make sure you do this step because you don't want to waste any material, and you can use the little alignments here, and just pay attention to the distance from the vinyl to the alignment. It has to be about the same distance down here as on top, and I think we got it there. Lock it, send it, and just pay attention to how much the vinyl moves here, and if it moves a lot, you just got to keep readjusting it. It moved just a little bit, but I think we can work with that. You will see why you need to align it. See how much the vinyl moves to the front. Now, if you guys want to learn what equipment and materials you will need for this kind of business, make sure that you watch the video in the end of this episode. Okay, we got our first part of the project. Now we need to weed out, and let's get rid of the extra materials. Okay, since we have numbers and letters, the letters we're gonna do from right to left and the numbers left to right. And let's start with this part here. And this is the reason why you need to add some weeding boxes, just to make it easier. Okay, and let's start with this part here, and just gotta make sure that we keep our registration marks for the other colors. The vinyl we are using today is the Oracle 651. Okay, the next step will be to apply our transfer tape on top of the sticker, and the transfer we're going to use is the Art Tape Clear Choice AT75. We got plenty of room on the sides.
Yeah.
So that's good. Perfect. Now I'm going to start from the center like that. Okay guys, we got all of our stickers ready to be installed, but I just wanted to take a little break here to tell you something. Actually show you something too. This is for the same person, and that's why we never get tired of telling you guys to work with other business owners, because they will keep you busy. Not only can you sell them car magnets, you can also make t-shirts, business cards, all kinds of products that you can sell to them. And when you first start this kind of business, you don't know who's gonna buy you products, but we know because we went through the same, and believe me that it's gonna work out. I recommend that you guys invest in this kind of business. Even if you're afraid, go ahead and do it anyways. You will find people. There's a lot of people out there waiting for your product, so my advice is go ahead and do it. Invest in your vinyl cutter. All right guys, we are on our way, and the traffic is not too bad. We are close to Indianapolis downtown, and we got a call from the customer. He's gonna be a little bit late, and that's the reason we're just taking it easy. You know, we're not in a hurry, but we don't usually go to the customers' places. They usually bring their car to our garage or our own place, and that's where we usually do the installation. But this time we have two different cars. That's why we had to do it this way. You know, we have to go to his house. But yeah, we'll be there in a few minutes. Okay, the customer finally made it, and as I mentioned previously, when I was working on the design, we know that the windows measure about 23 inches tall, and let me show you. It's a little bit bigger than 23. It's like 23 and a half, but our logo measures about 50. I think it was like 50 inches, so it might be a little bit. Yeah, it's gonna be about just about right. And we'll find out in just a minute. And the other side is a lot bigger than this one, so the other side will be fine. Okay guys, now we're gonna clean the surface. We're gonna use the rapid tag, and we're gonna use the special towels. We don't want to scratch the surface of the vehicle, and we're gonna avoid using other kind of towels like the cloth. We're gonna stay away from these. Make sure you get those. We also made some car magnets, and he's gonna put these on the truck. And let me just show you real fast how they stay on the surface like that.
And another thing we mentioned, remember that make sure your customer's truck or car doesn't have the special coating. So
yeah,
that way they you don't sell them product that is not gonna work for them.
That happened to us yesterday. One of our customers came and picked up a couple car magnets, and for some reason they wouldn't stay on the surface. And I guess because the material, like Luis mentioned it, I think they use like some kind of coating to avoid the dust from sticking. And you should definitely remind your customers to make sure that they will stay, the magnets will stay. And I got a few tools that we want to show you. Always use the blue tape. We recommend that you use this because this is softer on the paint. And also the magnets, when you are taking the measurements and when you have to move the sticker around, you can always just pick them up and put them back that easy instead of using tape. And we also have a cutting knife, which is really handy. And as you can see, the blade is covered in plastic. And when you are removing part of the carrying paper, you avoid damaging the surface. Make sure you get all these tools in the description of the video. I think the sticker is going to be a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. Let's see. Is it even? Okay, right here I still got some room here. What about there? Yeah, I think it's just probably off by like not even a quarter of an inch. It'll be just perfect. That's why you should use Google also to get your measurements, and follow the link if you guys want to learn how to do that.
And that's what he's talking about, the magnets to reposition. That is why it's very important that you get those magnets on the links below, because that will save you a lot of tape. We used to use a lot of tape and waste it.
Yeah, actually, the way I see it, you save a lot of time as well. Besides the tape, you also save a lot of time.
Well, I mean, you gotta save money too.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean, time is money. And we're always talking about saving time, and this is another way. You know, you carry all the tools in here, all your candies and stuff. And that's why we recommend you get the bag or whatever, the tool bag or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, I mean, those are really handy when you're especially working on big cars.
And we have additional tools that we're going to use, the rapid tag, the goof off, because another van that's on its way, we're going to remove some phone number, and in case it has some adhesive left over, we're going to use this.
So always bring that with the bag, and a heat gun too, just in case.
I think there's some adhesive here, and we're going to apply the goof off, and we'll see if that takes care of this, because we don't want any old goof. Yeah, it's coming off.
See, I told you it was adhesive. They thought it was just like dirt.
Yeah.
I mean, it's doing the job, so that's why it's always bring extra stuff, right?
Yep. Here we had to reposition it, and that easy. Now we can do the same thing to the other side, measure it. Okay, I'm gonna place a piece of tape here on top, and make sure that you grab part of the sticker and part of the
surface, and I think I'm gonna need, no, it looks good there. Yeah, perfect. And now let's finish it, and then we can cut it in several segments. Perfect. Okay, now I'm gonna cut it here. We're gonna start with this part, and we're gonna leave it just the way it is right now. We're gonna start with this here. All right. If you do it right, if you take the measurements and if you use the right materials, everything is gonna go well. The more you practice, the better you will get at it, obviously. Okay, and I know that when we get to this part of the bucket, I know it's gonna get some bubbles. Since we're gonna do dry application, the reason we're gonna do dry application is that right now it's a little bit chilly. I think it's like 50 something, 55, 50 degrees, and we just don't want to use any rapid tag, and of course we're gonna get rid of the bubbles. Okay, we got this part ready, and basically we're gonna repeat the same steps. There's no really need for us to make this video way too long, but we're gonna repeat everything. All right guys, we got done with the first part. Now it's time to remove the tape, the blue tape, and put it on the side, since we're gonna reuse it, if I can get it. All right. Now when we get to the removing the transfer tape, we're gonna take our time, because as you already know, the adhesive is kind of strong. Okay, now we are gonna remove the transfer.
So far so good.
Yeah, I don't really see any bubbles, probably a couple bubbles, but not really, not bad at all. This is just perfect. Okay guys, we have only a few bubbles, and the way we get rid of them, first of all, make sure to make them as small as you can and push the air, and okay, use the widder and it'll be gone. Now the next step will be to add our yellow color, and this is really important. We know that the red part of the logo goes on top of the yellow. Make sure that you do it right. Okay, and we have our registration marks, like the ones I showed you earlier how to make, and we're gonna start with one side, and then once you get it in place, you can do the other one. And right now, like I mentioned earlier, the temperature is about 56 degrees, and it's only been like not even a minute, and look, we are able to remove the transfer tape, and we did wet application on the second layer, and now we're going to apply some of that rapid tag, so we can just move it around, reposition it, and make sure that we apply it correctly. All right, perfect. Hopefully it's not too noisy right now because there's a lot of traffic going on. I guess they just want to see the show.
Only downside about our tape, AT75, is that it's very strong, so you want to be careful when you do wet application.
Okay, now we can remove the registration marks, and we're gonna use the widers, and just be very careful. Okay, we're working on the other side, and we came across a challenge. Remember when you get the vinyl and they put a piece of sticker or a piece of tape to hold it in place, and this is part of that. I'm gonna get rid of that using this glue gun. This one is a little different than the other one. I mean, the only difference is that this one is not as strong as the other one, and I'm just gonna apply a little bit of that, and should get rid of the adhesive from the tape before we apply the other layer of vinyl. Okay, we got done with the first band. Now we have to do this, and the only thing we got to do here is remove the top phone number, and I'm gonna use the widder, and the letter's only been sitting there for, I would say, not even a year. They should come off fairly easy, and maybe not.
Well, it's kind of cold, so it might be
Yeah.
a little more challenging.
Yeah, they. I noticed that when it's cold, like the vinyl breaks apart, just like so. Okay, we remove the vinyl, and as you guys can see, there is a lot of adhesive left over. We're gonna use the goof off to get rid of that. See how easy it comes off. Okay, now I'm gonna spray some of that rapid tag just to get rid of whatever's left from the goof off before we apply the letters we're gonna be replacing them with.
However, we had people ask me or ask us what type of vinyl we use for glass, and we use the same one we use for metal, which is Oracle 651.
Yeah, exactly the same kind of vinyl. All right, guys, we gotta wrap it up. We got to the end of the video, the episode. Thank you for your support. Give us a like, subscribe, get your materials through the links, and yeah, stay tuned for the next episode. This is the end result. Really easy process. See you guys until the next video.
Yeah, let's go, because I'm hungry.
Yeah, we gotta go get something to eat.
Yeah.